Hello everyone. We are continuing with the electric and magnetic circuit, and our next topic is right hand rule. So as we know, this is the direction, or in this figure we can understand the right hand rule. The direction of force can be found from the right hand rule. Okay, so by using right hand rule we can found the direction of force. It applies to the device that use motion in a magnetic field to generate the current. So suppose your index finger is there, which indicate your direction of motion. Okay, index finger indicate your direction of motion. Rotate your middle finger away from your index finger between and B. So this is nothing but the velocity. This is the way of your magnetic field, and it is nothing but your force. Hold your thumb perpendicular to the plane formed by your index finger and middle finger. Okay, so this is the condition that hold your thumb perpendicular to the plane of form and index. So your thumb will then point in the direction of force. So your thumb will indicate the direction of force if the charge q is positive. So it is your thumb will indicate the direction of force. Then from this point of view, the magnetic force F on the second particle is proportional to the charge Q2. So the formula for force, for the expression for F is equal to Q into B into V sine theta, where Q is nothing but your charges. Okay, the force is 0 if the second charge is traveling in the direction of the magnetic field and its greatest have traveled a right angles for the magnetic field. The magnetic force F is perpendicular to the plane of velocity V and the charge Q. V is nothing but your velocity. So the magnetic force, it is nothing but it is your charge, V is nothing but your velocity, and B is your magnetic field. The magnetic force on a moving charge is exerted in a direction of a right angle to the plane formed by the direction of its velocity and the direction of the surrounding magnetic field. So suppose this is one example for you. So question is, determine the magnetic force of 50 coulomb charged particles moving with the velocity 3 meter per second in a magnetic field to 1t. The direction of its field is same as the path of the second particle. So given parameters are, they were given us the charge, that is q is equal to 50 coulomb. Then they give us the velocity, that is 3 m per second. Okay, then they will given us the magnetic field B is nothing but 1t. So since the path difference of the second particle is same as the field direction, so therefore theta must be 0 degree. Okay, so we have to calculate the force. So formula is q into V into B sine theta. So q is nothing but r50, V is 3 and B is 1 into sine theta. So answer must be 0. Okay, so F is equal to 0. Now next parameter is permeability. So what is permeability? In electromagnetism, permeability is the measure of magnetization and the material obtained in response to an applied magnetic field. So in electromagnetism, permeability is the measure of magnetization, okay, that a material obtained in response to an applied magnetic field. So permeability of a magnetic circuit correspond conductivity in an electric circuit. Permeability is typically represented by the Greek letter mu. Okay, it is the representation of permeability. Permeability is measured in Henrys per meter. So unit is Henrys per meter, or equivalently in newtons per ampere squared. So either we can use Henrys per meter, that is H per m, or we can use newtons per ampere square. The permeability constant mu 0, also known as the magnetic constant, okay, or permeability of free space, we can represent it by mu 0. The relative permeability of a ferromagnetic material is more than 100 or 1000. Now next is hysteresis loop. So this is the image for hysteresis loop. It's magnetic force, then flux density. It's a graph of magnetic flux force versus flux density. So when a ferromagnetic material is magnetized in one direction, it will not relax back to zero. Okay, so when a ferromagnetic material is magnetized in one direction, so it will not back to zero again. So when the imposed magnetizing field is removed, so when your imposed magnetizing field is removed, then your ferromagnetic material is magnetized in one direction. So it will not be in a back to zero. So it must be driven back to zero. So जर त्याला आपल्याला झिरोला परत आणायचं असेल, then by field in the opposite direction. So if an alternating magnetic field is applied to the material, its magnetizing will trace out a loop called hysteresis loop. Okay, so ह्याला आपण काय बोलतो तर hysteresis loop. Hysteresis loop is 4-quadrant BH graph from where the hysteresis loss, coercive force and relativity of S magnetic material is obtained. So it is 4-quadrant BH graph. To understand the hysteresis loop, we are supposed to take a magnetic material to use a core around which insulated wire is wound. Okay, so this is nothing but, as we know that the current is directly proportional to the value of magnetizing force. So H is nothing but Ni upon I. Okay, so where N is the turns, I is nothing but our current, the magnetic flux density of the core B, which is directly proportional to the magnetic force. So now next parameter is reluctance. It is opposition offered to the flow of magnetic flux by the magnetic material. So it is nothing but reluctance. Unit is AT per WB. So reluctance is nothing but S is equal to I divided by mu into A, where L is nothing but the length of your magnetic path in meters, A is nothing but the area, mu is your permeability constant. So mu is equal to mu into mu. So this, if you put this value in this equation, then we get reluctance S is equal to L divided by mu into A. Then also we know that the reluctance is also given by the ratio of MMF and the amount of flux produced. So S is also given by MMF divided by flux. So at final S is equal to Ni divided by phi. So this is the formula for reluctance. Now second is leakage factor. So this is the, okay, it is your primary winding, this is your secondary winding. So leakage flux means what? The part of the magnetic flux, when magnetic flux flowing from the primary winding to secondary winding, that time part of the magnetic flux will pass through the magnetic path will be available at the secondary side. So we can call it as a useful flux, but the some part of flux, it will be leakage. Okay, so we can call it as a leakage flux, but it will partially passes through the air, so we can call it as a leakage magnetic flux. So mathematically, if we want to calculate the flux, then total is equal to phi useful to the plus leakage. So by adding though, we can get the total flux. Now what is the leakage factor? So leakage factor is nothing but the ratio of total flux produced to the useful flux. Okay, so how much total flux will produce and how much we use. So the ratio of these two quantities define the leakage factor. The value of leakage factor is always greater than unity. Okay, so the leakage factor is always greater than unity. Typical value of leakage factor are from 1.12 to 1.25. It is a typical value. In the magnetic circuit, the magnetic leakage can be minimized by placing the exciting coil as close as possible to the points where the flux to be utilized. So now what is the magnetic and electric circuit? Now we have seen the parameters of electric and magnetic circuit, but what is the circuits actually? So this is nothing but a diagram of electric circuit. The resistance is connected in the electric circuit. It is nothing but this, okay, resistance R is help to limit the current. It is the function of resistor to limit the current in an electrical circuit. Now this is the magnetic circuit, but in the magnetic circuit we are use reluctance to limit the magnetic flux, okay. So as in electric circuit resistor is used to limit the current, in magnetic circuits reluctance is used to limit the magnetic flux. The phenomenon of the interrelation of the electric field and magnetic field is known as electromagnetism. So interrelation between electric and magnetic field, it is known as a electromagnetism. So this is the difference between electric and magnetic circuit. It is definition, and then the definition of what is electric current, what is magnetic flux, then circuit role of electricity and magnetism. So in an electrical circuit, electric current flow from positive to negative polarities, but in magnetic circuit, the flux will flow from north pole to south pole. Okay. Then difference between electric force and magnetic force. So this is nothing but the difference between electric force and magnetic force. Now in electrical circuit, we use Kirchhoff voltage law and Kirchhoff current law, but in magnetic circuit we are using Kirchhoff MMF law and flux law. So this is the circuit structure, means what the electrical circuit can be closed circuit or an open circuit, but in magnetic circuit is always a closed circuit.